Hey, this morning, something's right. One of those is right. When we originally talked about this list, it was just top 10 titles, but I needed a little bit of clarification, and we decided to fall on the top 10 best booked, best used titles. I also have to imagine that title design is going into this just a smidge, although my criteria does not include that necessarily, but it does highlight it. Because these belts are all good looking, except for one. One needs not so much. But we'll get to that one. So, Marcus, with that being said, I'll start going first. First up, we're going with Ron Killings. not even his belt, just Ron Killings. The 24/7 title is one of the ugliest, dumbest, most stupid fucking belts I've ever seen. But I have not had this much joy watching a WWE title change hands as often as it has in my life. And I'm so glad it exists because it gets to highlight the greatness in Ron Killings and his just superb, multifaceted abilities to just demonstrate the best in wrestling in his silliness. Ron Killings is a true gem in the wrestling industry, and you all need to be thankful that you're alive at a time when he's able to do his thing as effectively as he is. Rep Ron Killings.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, it's not too many. I don't know if he's gonna, once he's done, because at this point, I think it's when he chooses to be done, not being put out. Because I do think he got like a lifetime type of thing with that company. I don't know how you don't. I would imagine he comes off as one of those guys like to know him is to love him. But it's not too many people that's succeeded in doing more with less. In his run with WWE, specifically the last however many years than Ron Killings. And he's older than most on the roster, moves, and it looks aesthetically better than most on the roster, and just literally rolls with every single punch he's thrown, and still somehow keeps a smile. And I used to give his credit to the Miz, but really I think he's perfected continuously running on that hamster wheel that they put they people on. So, yeah, man, you gotta love Ron.
In the immortal words of Ron Killings, my bad. Marcus, you're up.
That's on me. That's on me. Yeah, I'm gonna go with another championship, and I think after our conversation about the whole concept of the Money in the Bank, this title is very much representative of your your view on what the situation, the concept should be. I'm going with the. It's ironic because we just got through talking about Lucha, but I'm going with Lucha Underground's Gift of the Gods Championship.
Mm-hmm.
This championship is comprised of what, 7 medallions from ancient Aztec tribes, and the goal is to get all 7 medallions, which magnified to slots in the belt. First of all, the belt looks phenomenal. Um, but the concept is once you collect all 7 medallions, you are the champion, and you are now entitled to a shot at the real prize, which is the Lucha Underground Championship, um, provided you give a week's notice so the match can be promoted as high profile as it should be. Um, so yeah, I mean between the matches for the medallions, and then obviously the kind of wait and see mentality with the champion, because obviously you get to choose when and where you want to have that championship match. I mean, to me, this title, even more so in a lot of ways than the actual championship, just solidified the brand. It was the greatness. I mean, telling those stories, it wasn't just a bunch of wrestlers on the show. These guys had like legitimate backstories tied to certain Aztec stuff, mostly associated with these medallions. So I just thought it was a phenomenal concept. It was a phenomenal looking belt. Um, I hope I can get my hands on it one day. Honestly, it looks that good. I just love the concept and the execution of it. So yeah, I'm going with that.
Marcus and I are about to do Ocean's 15 and go steal that belt. That belt was
Love it.
designed, and I will fight anyone who says that's not true. But this belt was designed based off of the WMAC Masters belt, the World Martial Arts Council television show from the mid '90s. Same gimmick, You had a belt. Actually, everyone had a belt. And you got a shot at the big title, which was the Dragon Star Trophy, which was just a dude holding a Dragon Star. Just a huge fucking thing. And you had to beat somebody. And when you beat them, you got their medallion. So, like, if you had, like, the symbol for a wolf, they would get your wolf medallion. Now, you have, like, an infinite number of wolf medallions. But they would get one, they would put it in their slot, and when they beat everyone to fill up their belts, they got a shot at the Dragon Star title. Fucking same goddamn gimmick, and I love that wrestling brought it in. So great. Next up for me, though, I'm going with the Canadian duo. I shouldn't say the Canadian duo, because technically the belts can be held by anyone, but they're currently held by two Canucks. Ethan Page and Josh Alexander, the Impact World Tag Team Champions. Those belts have been the best tag team title belts for at least 6 years. I would say, starting with the Bromans, shockingly enough, to now, there hasn't been a better used set of tag team titles in all of the world of pro wrestling. Not Ring of Honor, not New Japan, not WWE, not AEW, not no one. These belts have been fantastic, whether they be from the Wolves, LAX, the new LAX, the old LAX, although I don't think they ever actually won the belts the second time. The North. It's been fantastic to watch them with these belts. Plus, you also got a Scott Steiner World Tag Team title run in, what was that, 2018? Hell yeah. I am all about that. So, got to give love to these belts. Got to give love to the North. Got to give love to Impact World Tag Team titles. Hell yeah. Marcus?
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
Agreed. No, man, agreed. I mean, you're 100% right. I mean, the championship lineage, even, looking at the Bromans, those guys were, when they were given a shot, they put on some hella good show. And yeah, I mean, like I said, the lineage, the evolution of the title. Shout out to LAX, who were the last TNA champions, and then coming to be the Impact. So, yeah, I mean, if you got those titles, you legit 100%. There's no doubt. And the North is 100% legit. You don't believe us? You can get in the ring with them and find out yourself, or just watch them. But yeah, 100% agree with you. For my next pick, I'm going with a title that's fairly newer, but to me has quickly gained a lot of legitimacy. Another title that has a great look aesthetically, but like I said, in this brief time, it's proven to be as legit as its champions. I'm going with the NXT UK United Kingdom Championship.
Walter. That's all I got to say. Walter.
Yeah, man, I mean, look, Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, Walter. You can't look at wrestling and don't know that some of the best talent that you'll probably get. Hard mouth, smash mouth styles coming out of the UK. They've always been a different breed, and these three guys are a different breed, specifically Walter. So, like I said, that championship looks great, and it's been held by three great men. So, gotta appreciate that.
My next title has to go to New Japan. It is the worst looking belt of all the belts they have, in my opinion. But it's been the one held by most of my favorite wrestlers. I'm going with the New Japan IWGP United States Championship. From Juice Robinson to Jon Moxley to Jeff Cobb, although he hasn't won it yet, to Kenny Omega to Jon Moxley again, Juice Robinson again, and Lance Archer. So it doesn't really have a long title run. But it's got a lot of big names, and I'm pretty sure. Well, didn't Jay White win the belt at one point too?
Yeah.
So not all of them are gems.
And the narrative continues. I love it.
I like the belt. It highlights a lot of the American talents, and it gave Juice Robinson a big push into the zeitgeist of wrestling conversation, and people started to see how good Juice Robinson really is, in part because he feuded with Jay White for that belt. And what was it, 2018, he dropped that great line, like, what was it? I'm going to beat you for this belt, and you're going to go sit in your room and in a dark room and cry like a weirdo.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, I'm not about to lose to a creep that sits in the dark and counts to 5.
There was also another one like, God, it was about his broken hand. I can't remember it. It was-
Like, he was like, if I can't get a win in this tournament or something, I'll go back to living with my dad and something about playing with myself. So it was something. It was a sex reference. Or something about sitting on the couch.
no, he
And
said that one I remember. He said if I can't win this, I'll go back to living with my dad and sleeping on his couch with my hand in my pants.
oh, there it is. There it is. There it is.
There was another one I can't
Yeah.
remember. It had something to do with like him, him like I rolled up Omega. I can roll you up. I may not be the best in the world, but I can beat you.
Or even after Moxley. It's how you think I feel. You saw how he beat my ass. He was just so legit. He's like, you fucking murdered me out there. You serious? Oh, but yeah, I mean, gotta love Juice, man. Like this, this was a know nothing bum named C.J. Parker. Like people really don't. I don't think give him and Sammy Callahan enough credit from where they were to where they are.
Mm-hmm.
And that's great. But yeah, man, that US strap, and I don't think that title was looked upon that kindly at first because it felt like, I guess, for the New Japan loyalists was something like they was just throwing the what they call the gaijins, if you will,
Yeah.
like throwing a guy championship on. And I think they've done a great job at putting a lot of legitimacy into that. Because a lot of people are like, look, man, they got enough titles as it is, but the brilliance in New Japan is they've managed, even with like 2 sets of tag straps, to keep all those belts and pertinent of relevance, and a lot of that has to do with the talent that they have. So, yeah, that U.S. title, that's another. Who's the current champion right now?
I think it's Moxley. I think he beat Lance Archer for the belt.
Oh yes, he did. He did. Yeah, you almost forget. You keep forgetting. I mean, they 100% shut down all the way. So, but yeah, that's 100%. That title is only going to get more prestigious over the years, provided it stays away from the Jay Whites.
All right. So what's the next one?
For me, this title is 100%. Well, probably one of the most prestigious in wrestling history, looked upon, highly regarded. You name it, all the greats have held it, and continue to look upon that legacy. Now I'm going with the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship, the legitimate 10 pounds of gold. Like I said, you named it, the greats have held it. Rick, from Ric Flair to to who's who from there. So. Yeah, it's legit, and the fact that it's been brought back to a level of prominence in an era where people will just look at it and be like, oh, it doesn't look good, so it's not worth the prestige it's being touted about, and that's 100% false. To me, that belt is the very reason why people, me and you like wrestling in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that it's still in existence and nobody's tried to make the decision that we need to turn the NWA into a spinner belt or something like that. Again, it just speaks to the lineage of it. I'm glad it's back, because that title itself carries with it so much history that so many people don't know but should know. That I'm just glad it's still here.
I concur. By the by, I found the promo. I'll read it when we're done with the top 10, though. My next pick is going to the MLW Openweight Championship. It's a glorious gold belt held currently by one Jacob Hammerstone. He's one of the best wrestlers I've seen in 2020 and 2019, and his run with this belt has been really fantastic. I'm super excited to see where they go with the title reign when they come back from their hiatus due to the current pandemic. The MLW Openweight title is probably the best title in MLW to follow. So I would definitely, if I'm a fan, check it out. Although the MLW Heavyweight title had a great match with Jacob Fatu and La Parka. Correction, L.A. Park. So if you want to check that out, you can. But definitely the Openweight title is making me and others watch MLW more and more often.
Yeah, man, MLW, you hit this, and my boy Check. There's not too many people out there promoting them as thoroughly, promoting your brand as thoroughly as he is. So, Saying.
The talent makes it. Like if the talent wasn't there, I wouldn't be promoting it. But Dominic Arini, Tom Lawlord, Jacob Hammerstone, they got a lot of hitters on that brand. Low key.
Yeah, man.
Real good stuff. Marcus, what's your next one?
Next one, man. Going back to New Japan. Following that U.S. strap, I got to go with one of the most legitimate titles in the industry, along with New Japan itself. If you have this belt, you are either the man or you about to be. I'm talking about the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. Not only is it dripped in the very great lineage of the company, held by the greatest of the greats, and ones that have yet to be great, but it also specifically with the a refurbishing, if you will. It is probably one of the prettiest looking titles in the industry and certainly in that company. So I love the strap. I love what it represents. I love the importance that it is always held right up to the heavyweight title, and you got to dig it, man. It's 100% how the Intercontinental Championship should be presented, not how it's been watered down over here in the States, and you love to see it. So
the reign of Naito. One of the biggest disappointments so far about the COVID-19 pandemic. We haven't been able to see it.
yeah.
It's not good. For I think it's my last one, I think. My last one goes to the Impact Knockouts Championship. I gotta say that, save for a few decisions that didn't make a lot of sense, like Maria winning the belt, Ali's first title run, the Impact Knockout Championship is the best women's title in wrestling today. And I'm going to put that up against anyone from, Ice Ribbon or Stardom or WSU or Shimmer, Shine, Splendor. Tell me, Princess. No, we're good. Currently held by Jordan Grace. She's back on TV. She had a match. Because it's Friday. Gotta remember that. Against Taya Valkyrie this past Tuesday on Impact. I love the design of the belt. It's the best looking women's title belt going today. It just all around works, and it's got a division stocked full of top elite talent that I think is going to really set the wrestling world on fire this year.
Yeah, I mean, me and you looked at. I put up a photo just looking at that division. If people don't look at that and say they're legit, you're just full of it.
Yep.
You're full of it. Some type of sicko fan that just likes to kiss a suckle at the teat of whatever narrative is being spun elsewhere because you and your feelings. But it's 100% legit, man, and we all know where the real women's revolution started. So that's all you need to say about that. For me, final one again, going back in New Japan. Ironically, like the IC title is held by the same guy, but to me, this title is the very definition of prestige. 100% the centerpiece of New Japan, and again another title held by the who's who, the greatest, not only to come out of Japan and go through New Japan, but just some of the greatest guys to strap up. I mean, you're talking about Yuji Nagata, Keiji Muto, Okada, AJ Styles, Hiroshi Tanahashi. You the man if you got this strap. 100%. I'm talking about the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Now this might not be the prettiest title on our list, although it does look great to me. But it is 100% one of the most legit in wrestling today. And yeah, like I said, it is prestigious, as they talk about it. And yeah, it's not often that because a lot of times over here titles just become really paperweights a lot of times with a lot of these guys, but this really does seem like a legitimate prize, a true achievement, as not only aesthetically but legitimately in terms of acknowledging just who you are in this business after years and all the growth and stuff they go through. So you got to give it to New Japan, man. They know how to make their stuff feel special.
You're not going to see a world title match or a heavyweight title match in New Japan and not feel the importance, and that's exactly why I would not disagree with anyone who says that that's the best booked belt in not just the last 5 years, but maybe the last 15 years.
Yeah.
It's legit. Too legit. Too legit to quit, but we are done, so we are going to quit because we're not legit. We're the opposite of legit. Be sure to check us out on our website at realnerdcorp.com, REALNerdcorp.com. I'm going to pick our next one for Monday, so if you guys want to prep for it, Marcus, our first top 10 of next week is going to be top 10 feuds from Lucha Underground.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Oh, yeah. By the by, you can watch Lucha Underground for free on, what is it, Tubi, I think? Go check it out.
Yeah.
It's free.
Yeah, and don't think you're just gonna we're gonna give you the run of the mill feuds, because it has some stuff in there that may have not been main event worthy, but it damn sure was entertaining.
Oh boy. You can find us on our podcasts at realnerdcorp.com, REALNERDCORP.com, or on Podbean at realnerdcorp.podbean.com, or by downloading the Podbean app to your mobile device, or by going to Spotify or iTunes and searching NerdCorp, NERDCORP. Look for the account with the monkey with the rock fist. He's throwing up his fist in the air because he just don't care. You can also find us on our personals. What's that?
Don't hate on the monkey, guys.
Don't hate on the monkey. He's a loyal brand representative. He's always drunk and causing problems, but we love the little fucker. You can find Marcus on his Twitter at ParadoxKid, PARADOXKID.
That is me.
You can also find him on his other podcasts at the True Printed Show, at True Printed Show on Twitter at TRUEPENNYSHOW. You can find me on my on my Twitter at Chad Nerdcorp, ChadNerdCorp, and on my Instagram at Chad's Photo Hut, ChadSPHOTOHUT. That's ChadSPHOTOHUT. You can find all of our links down below for anything else that we have going on. With all that being said, I think we're done. I think we've said enough things for one evening, one morning, one afternoon. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for giving us a chance, and thanks for checking us out. Marcus, with all that being said, take us home, and remember to watch more wrestling.
Good night, me.